Get a hook in the vise and tie up one of these March Browns. It's extended body fly, as you can see. We're going to be using a little different methods maybe than some of you have seen or used. This is one of my favorite ways for mayflies. Get this very light vertical eye emerger hook. I'm tying right on the top of it. We're going to leave the bottom just for the big wide gape on it. Now get my thread started on here. I'll dress the shank. Very short shank on this one. You can go to a scud type hook as well. These emerger hooks are very light. Just have to kind of find what you're able to buy. Now these extended mayfly bodies, that's one I've made. I made it here myself on my Norvise. I'm going to just demo that right at the end here in a separate little clip, okay? And I'll show you how to make just that extended body. You can buy those bodies as well. They're all made up for you if you want to go that way. And I'll show you how to make them the way Norm Norlander demonstrated years ago. It's pretty cool. So I'll grab some of my parapost in here. And if you don't want to use this high vis, you can skip the step if you want. I'm just going to go around the post. Got to get that all tied in together. Get some good wraps in there. The high vis posts are a little bit wobbly. The foam is a lot more durable. I'll just tie this a little bit long. I'm going to trim that a little later. But sometimes a little hard to see those other flies. Now you can make a nice little add-on here with your mallard wing. This is in wood duck color. What you can do there is get the tips so they're basically squared off. Just going to bring that in to the sides here and behind it. Cut it off at an angle. Get those butts wrapped down good. Make sure my tail is still, my body's still going where it wants to be. Now these mallards should split in the middle there, and then I'll just stand it up. Get some good turns ahead of it. This gives it a little more the coloration of the March Brown from the bottom for the throat to see that. Then we'll come in with some super saddle. We're just doing this in the Cree. You can it calls for brown and grizzly, which is the Cree is colors what they're looking for. I'll just grab one here. You can also use the necks. Cree necks is good. This is one that gets all the different sizes in there. That's a good way to go with the neck hackles. Everybody's using these super saddles now. They're very costly, as you know, and then the necks are getting a little, I don't know if they're getting cheaper. I haven't bought one of them for a while, but anyway, I've got to just finish my body up to the wing, and then I'm going to tie in my hackle. So I'll bring in my March Brown's super ultra fine dubbing here. Oh, that's, we're going to dub some fuzz off the bottom of my mallard. That's what happens. You get kind of, you don't see so well. I've got this fly quite a ways from me. It's a size 16 too, so I would usually be tying under my microscope magnifier on my hot lamp. And I'll just come forward with my body, finish that off. That looks decent. Okay. Like I say, don't critique me too much, fellas, on this, or guys or gals on this tie right this point. Like I say, I would definitely be using a magnifier on it. Okay, I just want to finish my thorax up front. Then I'm going to finish my hackle at the end here. Little dubbing on the front here. There we go. Now, I got everything kind of in place. My plies coming along pretty good. Then I'll bring in some of this resin. And this is not the real thin stuff. It's a little bit more of a gel. But keep it nice and compact in there. And then we're going to finish this off. That'll never dry until I hit it with a light, of course. And then I'm just going to come in here with my hackle and run it in that resin. It's nice and wet with the resin in there. Just get my little torch. Hit the resin and she should be solid. I can cut my hackle off and my thread off and she's finished. It's a nice way to do. A little shaky, I had too much coffee this morning. Okay. Just saw that off. You don't have to get in there for that. So I like the parachute style all the time. I really do, because they just always land right. They swim. I never have any rolling over on me or whatever. They ride the current so much better if I'm doing a drift. So there it is. Little version of a March Brown parachute, the way I like to do it. I'll go to the next clip here and I'll show you how to build that extended body. Okay, thanks. Well, folks, let's do the extended body here. I create these all ahead of time for my parachute mayflies. I'm putting a needle into my vice jaws here. This is the new jaws that just came out, Norvise. My needle might be bent a little bit there. It's not too bad. I don't spin it too. And I've also used it on regular jaws. You can just take a needle and then bend it, and you might have to heat it up with a lighter, and then it'll bend. I've done that before I got this inline jaw. Okay, now what we do simply is, this is a demo that Norm Norlander had years and years ago, and I thought it was a pretty cool idea. Seeing these beautiful little extended mayflies. What he did was he used silicone on this needle. I'm going to use just some Flex cement. Very little Flex cement. I got a little on my desk. I better worry about that. Wipe that up. I'm always a little sloppy. Okay, don't want that where it don't belong. Now just get some of these tailing fibers. These are microfibrils, wood fibers, whatever you want to call them. You don't have to count them. There's about four or so of them in there. Lay them in that, what I want extended out from the body. And I can split them a little later. Now I just bring my fine dubbing here, my dry fly dubbing, ultra super fine dry fly dubbing. March Brown color is what I'm going with. And I'll just get that started on with that cement. And the cement will soak up in there. And we're done. I just find this Nor-vise, my tails actually wanted to split naturally there a little bit on me. That's good. And I see some of that kind of creeping through there. It's a great little simple way to build a mayfly body. I was quite impressed. And then you want to take it off before it dries on the needle, of course. Just slip it off. You give it a little turn if you want, like that, and then let it dry. So it's ready to tie. You can make a whole bunch of these up, get them ready for yourself, different colors for different hatches, and that will dry to the natural color after it's dried nicely.